Georgia's largest school district remains without a permanent superintendent. In late January, the Gwinnett County School Board voted to dismiss Superintendent Calvin Watts just 2 years after extending his contract. At the time, board leaders said the decision was about moving the district in a new direction. His position was filled at the start of April by Dr. Al Taylor on an interim basis while a national search for new leadership moved forward. So now the big question: what qualities is the district looking for in its new permanent leader, and how soon might parents expect to see that decision come? Well, here to help us answer that question, Dr. Adrienne Simmons, chair of the Gwinnett County Board of Education. Dr. Simmons, great to see you here with us this morning on The Take. All right, so catch us up on this process. I know a lot of parents and faculty want to know what's going on.
Sure. Thank you for having me this morning. Our board is excited about the superintendent search ahead. We are kicking off a round of engagement sessions with our community and stakeholders. We actually put out a survey recently to our stakeholders. It's going to be a survey to solicit input from across the school district, from community members, parents, anyone who wants to provide some insight there is certainly welcome. Even more excitedly, this evening we start our community engagement gatherings. We will have 5 of those gatherings across the district between now and next Wednesday. The first one kicks off tonight at North Gwinnett High School. And this is an opportunity, again, for parents to come out, stakeholders, those living anywhere in Gwinnett County can come out and provide input. We have a search firm that we're working with, the Alma Advisory Group, that will be conducting some small group discussions. And what we're looking for ultimately is to put all of this input together and to create a candidate profile that we'll then use in recruiting and selecting candidates to interview for the position.
All right, so you mentioned that survey. You also mentioned the meetings that are happening. What's the realistic timeline on when we could see a permanent leader in place?
Yeah, great question. So as I mentioned, we're kicking off with the gatherings, the survey. We also have some focus groups that are happening, including our staff members, our principals, leadership. And so once we put that candidate profile together, we'll begin the recruitment and selection process to interview candidates. And then ultimately, we look to name a superintendent sometime in the spring of next year.
All right, so leaders have said that you want to move Gwinnett County, the schools, in a new direction. What is this new direction? What are you looking for in this next superintendent?
Well, there are certain things that the vision of the board is something that's very prominent, and that we are really looking to move student achievement for all of our students. We want to, of course, ensure that students that are performing at high levels continue to perform, but we're also looking to move the needle for certain groups, in particular our multilingual learner group, which we now have about a little more than 20% of our students are multilingual learners, which just means that they come to school with a different language that they're speaking at home, and English is not their first language. We also are looking to move performance as it relates to our special education students and our students living in poverty. So we have some ambitious goals, and we are definitely looking forward to interviewing candidates that can provide or demonstrate that they've had some success in moving the student achievement across the board. But more importantly, we want to hear from our community about what's important to them. Of course, the board has a vision, but we want to make sure that we're tapping into what our community wants in its next leader.
Yeah, it's so important to hear from parents in the community on a big decision like this. So you'll obviously have a big say as chair. You'll be interviewing this potential candidate or multiple candidates. What will you be asking?
Oh, wow. That's an awesome question. Again, just thinking about some of the things that are top of mind in terms of the student groups that we're wanting to see movement around. As a school district, our bottom line is student achievement, and we want our students to show that they are prepared for life, that they're prepared for careers, and they're prepared for college if that's what they choose to pursue. And so many of the questions I believe that will come out in the interview will focus on just the candidate's ability to promote student achievement, but just as importantly, we are concerned about other aspects of our students' life, their mental health, making sure we have safe and secure schools. So there are a number of factors that will be top of mind, but once we get this candidate profile, that will really drive some of the questions that will be asked a number of the questions actually that will be asked in the interviewing process.
All right, before you go, I do have one quick question. We know you have an interim superintendent in place, Al Taylor. Is he a candidate for the permanent job? Is he being considered right now?
So Al Taylor has been doing a phenomenal job as interim. He's been very supportive of the superintendent search. He is welcome to interview for the role, just as anyone else is. We are implementing a national search. This is something that is standard practice for any school board. And so we are looking for any and everyone who is interested and qualified to pursue applying for the role. And he is certainly welcome to do so.
All right, Dr. Adrienne Simmons, hopefully you'll keep us posted when you guys start narrowing down these candidates. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.